All right, we're here at the FreePlay Gaming Expo. I'm here with the angry video game nerd himself, Mr. James Rolfe. How you doing, James?
Hey, good. Yeah.
Good. Thanks for coming to Orlando.
Sure.
Is this your first Orlando convention?
First Orlando convention. Yes.
Awesome. So I have a couple questions. First of all, I went to the video game nerd premiere in Los Angeles at the Egyptian
of this
of that film.
Thank you. Yeah.
How was it to see your film, your creation, up there in such a legendary theater?
Oh, the Egyptian? That was surreal. Yeah, that was. We were friends with one of the managers there, and we were able to arrange it. And it was. There's so much history in that place. You know, it's been there since the 20s. It's older than the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
And Return of the Jedi premiered there. It was really surreal to be able to show it there, and it looked gorgeous. It never looked better, like visually, than it ever did on that screen. Like it actually looked. There was more definition, like in the image, that I didn't even know existed.
That's
like,
crazy.
When I saw it, and I've seen it on so many other screens, and that was the best screen I ever saw it on. Like it looked like a real movie. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, how did we make it look this good?
That's how what filmmakers always think. Like, this actually looks like a real movie. Yeah. How has the landscape changed from when you started in 2005, 2006? How has it changed for the better or for the worst? Was it more fun back in the day than it is now? Or
it was more different. It was more cutting edge. Like, and now, more than 10 years later, it's nothing is surprising about it anymore. I think everybody knows the gig. It's not like I mean, I still try to every episode try to do something different to keep it fresh, keep it interesting.
Absolutely. Is YouTube harder to work with now than they used to be, or?
Really, I mean, the revenue isn't where it used to be.
Which is why you're on Amazon now, right?
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying all different things. We're trying Amazon. We're trying merch. We're trying brand deals, and it's still like much lower than it was. I mean, I don't know why that is. I mean, a lot of people were talking about it. You know, the ads aren't making as much on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a unique situation or if it's everybody. You know. But it seems pretty common. That's the only thing. And it's like there's just more people doing it too. It's nothing's groundbreaking anymore. Now it's kind of just there's so many people doing similar things. Yeah.
The market's kind of flooded, but you were the original. I mean, you're the one that really spearheaded the whole thing. What's the moment that you realized the nerd would change your life?
I mean, it didn't really change my life. It just made me able to do creative stuff.
Absolutely. Opened up avenues.
Yeah, which is what I wanted. You know, so in that way, it's changed my life for sure. I finally got something that caught on with a lot of people, and that people can just have a good laugh. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, just be entertained.
Have you inspired people? I mean, all over the world, there are people that said that they learned English because of the nerd episodes. Some Army veterans that said they were in Afghanistan and they were watching your videos. And I mean, how does that make you feel as an artist?
That's awesome. Yeah, I get that stuff all the time. It's like, I'm troops overseas, or like I'm in the hospital and I'm just like trying to get over something, and that watching your videos is brightening my day. It's giving me something to laugh about.
Awesome.
So that's overwhelmingly awesome. So,
and that's when you're in the thick of this creative process and you're frustrated and things aren't always going the way you think about something like that, and it's like, okay, then that's why I need to get this done, for the fans. And okay, so let's get into silent film a little bit. Big silent film fan. What are some of your favorites? Do you know? Oh yeah, The Lost World, Flicker Alley.
Thanks for this. Yeah.
No problem.
I'm actually really, really interested to see this.
It's like watching a brand new film.
Yeah.
It really is. The scene where Professor Challenger throws the torch into the T-Rex. It's actually like colored. They colored the flame and everything. So it's cool.
Oh, okay.
What was your first exposure to silent film? Do you remember?
Kind of late. I guess not too late, but I was probably like maybe 15 by the time I watched something silent, because there wasn't exposure to it. You had to find it on your own. It wasn't like people weren't shoving silent movies down your throat. It was really something that if you were interested, you had to go seek it out.
You had to sit libraries. Or my Blockbuster, I think, had 2 silent films: The Gold Rush and Nosferatu. And that was it.
Mine had Nosferatu, had Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I think they had Phantom of the Opera. They might have had Hunchback, and then as far as comedies goes, they might have had a Chaplin film or two. I think City Lights, they had that. I think that may have been a video store though, actually. But Yeah, it was basically just, you know, navigating through those aisles and just looking into all the corners of the Blockbuster trying to find if they have one of these things. First one I watched was Nosferatu. That was my
same
first
here.
silent film. Oh, cool.
Same here. I don't know what the allure of that film is.
Yeah.
I was about the same age too.
Yeah. I think it was like the allure of like, okay, there's a Dracula movie that's older than the Lugosi one.
Yeah.
And it's a totally different interpretation of Dracula. And just the images, you know, everybody's seen the still images, whereas that like just rat-like face and like, it's like, wow, like what is this? Like, this is what people were watching in 1922? Like,
yeah, exactly.
That must have been freakish.
And especially when you're a kid, you have this frame of reference of only like 10 years, 15 years or so, and you think, here's a movie that was made almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
It just kind of blows your mind to see that this is kind of a window into another world. I mean, it really is, you know? Oh, and by the way, did you see the Library of Congress just uploaded the Edison's Frankenstein? They restored it.
Really?
It looks amazing.
Wow.
For as good as it could look,
cool.
You can really see Charles Ogle and his costume, and you know, it's like peeling 5 or 6 layers off of the old print or whatever it was.
And for so long they thought it was a lost film. Well, I guess it was technically lost until it was discovered, but before that guy had it, before he came out with it, it was just like, you just see the still image and you're like, oh yeah, here's that lost Frankenstein movie that we're never gonna see.
The one picture, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe London After Midnight someday, I don't know.
It's somewhere in an archive somewhere, you know.
Do you think it might exist still?
I don't know, I think things are labeled incorrectly, or the right people aren't looking at it, and it's just in a warehouse or an archive and it's just mislabeled or no label at all. And all it takes is the right person to really find it, you know. Okay, so Cinemassacre 200, Dragon in My Dreams. You're really big into making films that really delve into your process. And when I watch those films, it inspires me, but I find it interesting that you make those films to inspire others, to maybe see how your path started, to let people know, hey, you know, you don't need big budget, you don't need all this equipment. You can start with a VHS camcorder and 2 VCRs. You know, as long as you have the means to make what you want a reality, you can build from there. But I mean, those films, every now and then, whenever I'm at a creative low, I'll put on Dragon in My Dreams, and it like instantly reminds me.
Oh, thank you.
The insanity that creative people, you know, where it starts from. It always starts at a hub somewhere.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot. Because I have so much that I've held back on with that. And I've noticed if you know, lots of people are interested in that, I've put the rest all in a book. So I'm working on that, and it's basically, I mean, it's basically written. I just need to figure out like how to publish it, and I'm looking into all different options.
Oh, so it's done already?
I mean, it's done now, but it could always, things could be either condensed or rewritten, you know, because I've already made 3 passes at it and been like, okay, I could kind of say the same thing in a shorter amount of time by doing this.
Yeah.
Because the first draft was like longer than The Hobbit. And I'm like, okay, let me get this.
It's 3 books, it's 3 books now. What's your goal with your autobiography?
I don't know. I mean, all I want to do is just get it out there, get it to the right people who are going to, like, you know, enjoy it and be inspired by it. Like, here's basically the entire story of my life in chronological order, and just all the trials and errors and making films and trying to figure out who I am, and you know, the good times, the bad times, and everything.
Yeah. You working on another feature film? I know it won't be The Nerd. It's going to be a straight up horror film, you said?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the horror genre, I guess.
Yeah.
It's sort of, it's a slow build up. It doesn't really turn into horror till later, but it's, you know, I'm working on that. And, you know, I have a draft, but it's like, you know, a lot of things I'm not satisfied with, a lot of stuff that needs more work done to it. So it can kind of go up to where I'm saying, like, hey, it's like 95% done.
Cool.
And then tomorrow it could be, well, now it's only 60% done again. So,
I thought of something new to put in there. Yeah.
I'm getting lots of feedback on it and stuff. So.
2 more questions. Do you remember a time where you wanted to throw in the towel? You were frustrated at a creative low?
It almost ended in 2007, like right around the new year. It was like, that was kind of just when I just burned out on it. The Bible Games episode was like, it could have been the last one. It wasn't meant to be, but it could have been.
Yeah.
Because by then I didn't have time to do it anymore, and I was moving into a new apartment. I needed to find like a serious job. Like I couldn't. I was changing jobs, and I was just like, I need to find something. And I need to pay my rent. I'm like, I can't keep doing these like nerd episodes, which were freebies. Those were just like 2006. Those were all just
seeing where it would end up.
Yeah, that was just for fun. Like that wasn't like that was just something I do at night after work.
Wasn't Mike the one that said to put him on YouTube originally? Mike Matei?
Once I did the 3rd episode, YouTube existed at that point, and he said, hey, we should upload all these on YouTube. At that point, I was uploading like just about anything that I thought was worthwhile that I had already.
Gotcha.
Like all my old films and stuff.
Versus making VHS dubs and handing them out to friends, Now you had a platform where you could really reach everybody,
There's the Cinemassacre YouTube channel, and that was where I was posting all my old stuff. And then Mike made the James Nintendo Nerd channel, which was actually a separate channel. And then, funny enough, that became the main channel because that was what the nerd was on.
Gotcha.
And even then, eventually it became like, okay, well, anything new I do, it typically goes on that channel. So, yeah.
So last question, name something your fans would be surprised to learn about you.
Something they'd be surprised to learn about me. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff in the book. What would be worthwhile. Yeah.
Free promotion there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm just trying to think what would be like off the top of my head, like which one. I don't know because it's all like longer stories. Like I can't think of like a little trivia bit thing, like a quick snippet. It's kind of just like all these like long stories that are in it. So it'd be better to read when it's done. But yeah.
And that was my last question was about the book, and we already covered that.
You.
So
yeah.
Definitely. You gonna do a book tour?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't see it doing anything more than what I'm doing because I can't, travel any more than what I'm doing right now with the kids. But I'm sure at conventions we'll probably have it there for sale.
Cool.
I have no idea when it's going to come out. No idea yet. But that's in the works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, James.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
All right. And thanks for watching.